flood, he will make an utter end of the place thereof, America, and darkness shall pursue his enemies. That's you Edomites, you other nations, Arabs, you Ishmaelites, you Elamites, you Moabites, you Ammonites, and 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, West Indians, and Puerto Ricans. What do you imagine against the Lord? He will make an utter end. Affliction shall not rise up the second time. So once you go down, you're not going to rise up anymore to be able to afflict us anymore.
Yeah, I already got this for you.
I got a quick
Second Ezra. You're going to read this first.
Okay.
Second Ezra 6 and 7.
Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 7.
This is more on Esau. Okay? You want to know about yourself? We're going to give it to you. Go ahead.
Uncut. Second Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
Now, what was Ezra talking about? Well, he was asking a question to the angel, to the messenger, and he's asking about the end of one rulership and the beginning of another. Go ahead.
It says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him.
Going back to Jacob and Esau. Genesis spoke about Jacob and Esau. Paul spoke about Jacob and Esau. Malachi spoke about Jacob and Esau. Isaiah spoke about Esau and Jacob. Go ahead.
Ezra speaking about Jacob and Esau. It says, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. I'll read it again. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Going back to Genesis 25.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
So, in order for us, the Israelites, to come back into power, which the Most High is assembling an army right now, but a spiritual army. Because the Most High is not going to give us 9 millimeters and AK-47s and all that nonsense. Our law is going to be a spiritual war. And the war that we're waging is when we go out there on the highways and the byways and we do these shows and we break these scriptures down. This is a spiritual war. Go ahead.
It says, the hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Other questions Ezra asked thou not. Basically what the Lord was telling him was that right now, they said the hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand, because Jacob's hand took hold of Esau's heel. So at that time, Esau was coming up, so they were still up in power. But Jacob was still down at the bottom with his hand on his heel. So, but now we're at the time where he's going to get ready to be yanked out of his power. It says, I answered then and said, O Lord, that bearest rule, if I have found favor in thy sight, I beseech thee, show thy servants the end of thy tokens. And that's all the prophets were looking for, was the end. You know, the consolation, the deliverance. Whereof thou showest me part the last night. So he answered and said unto me, stand up upon thy feet, and hear a mighty sounding voice. And it shall be as it were a great motion, but the place where thou standest shall not be moved. And therefore when it speaketh, be not afraid, for the word is of the end, and the foundation of the earth is understood. And why? Because the speech of these things trembleth and is moved, for it knoweth that the end of these things must be changed. And it happened that when I had heard it, I stood up upon my feet and hearkened, and behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters. And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh.
That's the Lord speaking. That's Yahweh speaking, which is the true way of pronouncing the name of Jesus. Yahweh. Go ahead.
And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens.
What world? Esau's world, the white man's world. Go ahead.
The books shall be opened in before the firmament, and they shall see altogether.
And that goes hand in hand with the unicorn. We ain't got time for that. The books shall be opened in the firmament, meaning you can watch. Millions billions of people can watch us as many times as they want on YouTube or Daily Motion or GMS Tube or any other. Man, I was looking for an old title, and I copied and pasted, and I put it in Google, and it sent me to like a Chinese version of YouTube, and they had us up there speaking, man.
It says, the books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. And the children of a year old shall speak with their voices.
What are we doing? We reading out of books. You don't see us on no shooting range. You don't see us practicing Gracie Jiu-Jitsu or hunting. We're going. These are our weapons right here. If I can get to my weapons, well, I got my weapon. The Bible, the scriptures. That's how I knew Lahab wasn't right. So if I can just get to my weapons, well, wait a minute, isn't your weapon supposed to be the scriptures? Isn't this a spiritual war? Go ahead, hold the mic.
It says, and the children of a year old shall speak with their voices, the women with child. Right. In other words, it says the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. They're going to be able to speak fluent words, not just going to be making sounds. You know, those are signs that let you know that we're at the end of this man's rulership. It says the women with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old. That's your preemie babies. It says, and they shall live and be raised up, and they're going to live. And you see that happening. You've seen it happening for a while. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, because right now these devils are giving these farmers a hard time, and pretty soon the farms are not going to be able to produce any more foods. These different supermarkets that you see filled with food, them shelves are going to be empty.
And we're not worried about it, man, because the Most High is going to feed us. But anyway, I want you to get this right quick. 2nd Ezra, I already have it for you. 2nd Ezra, the 10th chapter and the 4th verse, to show you that this is a spiritual war that we're raging, all right?
Right. 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahushua, and having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled.
That's it. That's plain, man. This is spiritual.
That's right. It says, do ye look on things after the outward appearance, you bummerlites?
Oh, that's Nate. That's why Nate has the flowing garments. Because that's why you got so many followers coming out of the woodwork following your ass, because you got a good brand name. That's all you. That's a brand name. Yeah, brand name. Israel United and Geist. That's a brand name.
If any man trust to himself that he is Yahweh's, let him of himself think this again, that as he is Yahweh's, even so are we Yahweh's. For though I should boast somewhat more of our authority,
because I saw one of your boys out there in Houston do a tap dance. I mean, that was a tap dance, man. He tap dance around them brothers, man, with them scriptures, man. He going into scriptures, not breaking them down the right way. And the brother was trying to ask him, we don't got to deal with your questions. Then you got the common boys, see, they tore GMS up. Well, you know what? Keep thinking that way, man. Because when the Most High deal with you guys, let me see you tear the Most High out. You playing games, man.